partnership between the two. There's a good vibe.
Well, I'm coming off of 12 hours of fun, 2 hours of sleep, and 10 hours of work. So I've had a good 24 hours.
Whew. That's a big day.
Well, yeah. Shout out to you know whom. We talk about truth. And I think understanding this idea of truth in two different ways to understand it that both matter help us get to this place of understanding how to kind of work through this discomfort and how to be in spaces like that. And we talk about the truth, and that's fact.
Mhm.
That's just what we can all see.
Mhm.
Casey talks about this well, but the sun rises in the east. That's just fact. Like we can all agree that that's what is happening every day, or we can fight about it, but that kind of leads to fruitless conversation. That's like the truth.
Mhm.
So what's happening, right? We're all here right now, the truth.
Right.
Then there's your truth, there's my truth, right? And that's my lived experience of that fact. And why that matters so much is I don't get to take away your truth. I don't get to take away your lived experience of what happened, of how you experienced it. And you don't get to take away mine. And we get to talk about what each of our truths are in a safe place. And I think when those conversations get to that deeper level of what our individual truths are,
Mhm.
it gets uncomfortable because I think so often we feel these pressures societally, or maybe we put them on ourselves that, well, if your truth is here, what's that mean about mine? Right. And I think we all sit with that existential kind of question of, well, if their truth is this, well, is that erasing how hard I've had to work in my life?
Mhm.
And questions like that. And so instead of kind of leaning in and being that badass comfort junkie like Dr. Casey, we rationalize it away and we actually start violating like the truth, which is
Mhm.
events happen and
Mhm.
things happen and what's that all about. And we
Mhm.
kind of try to go away from that. I spend a lot of time sitting there. Um, I'm not as long-winded as Casey. That's absolutely not true. But in this moment, I feel
Well, from what you're saying is like I always tell people when they're opening, when they someone calls or reaches out, a client's like, "We're ready to do diversity and inclusion." I'm like, "Great."
mm,
So once you open up that Pandora's box, it's very difficult
right.
and very rare that you can close it back.
Mm,
And
Mm.
so you have to really commit when you're about to open this box, like what's going to come out of it. And I kind of equate it to like,
yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Harrison
Oh, yeah.
Ford
And
and
that
Indiana
guy got
Jones.
melted.
That's
And
my
that guy
that's my
got melted
man.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they melted, and so I'm like, if you're gonna open up that box,
Mm-hmm.
you better be prepared for what's gonna come out of it.